let's get this lesson started. Chi-square test for independence, ito ang ginagamit kung relationship ang objective na makita ng iyong study. Kung dependent ba or independent yung isang variable sa kabila. Ginagamit din to if the data is non-parametric and it does not assume a normal distribution. So, pwedeng skewed ang ating distribution, pwedeng gamitan yon ng chi-square. Ang chi-square is x squared. So, hindi na natin kailangan kuhanin ang square root nito. Yan na mismo ang chi-square natin. Summation of O minus E squared. O is the observed value, E is the expected value. And our degrees of freedom is number of columns minus 1 times the number of rows minus 1. So, ano yung column, ano yung rows na yan? It gives us an idea na gagawa tayo ng table. At ang tawag sa table na yon ay contingency table. Itong observed value, ito yung observe mo mismo, yung galing sa research mo, yung galing sa interview, yung galing sa experiment. Itong expected value, ito ay kino-compute pa. Kung paano computein? We will multiply the row total times column total divided by the grand total. So for each observed value na nandun sa contingency table, hahanapan natin sila ng expected value. Kapag naman tayo ay nag-interpret, after getting the x-squared value, hahanapin natin yung p-value niya. Mahirap kung mamanu-manuhin natin yung pag-compute ng p-value, kaya ilalagay ko sa description box yung link ng p-value calculator na ginagamit ko for chi-square. After getting the p-value, i-compare natin yun sa alpha or sa level of significance. Kung ang p-value natin ay mas malaki kaysa alpha, we have to accept the null hypothesis. If the p-value is less than alpha, we have to reject the null hypothesis. So to better understand, let's have this example. So there's a study that wants to determine whether there is a relationship between jogging and blood pressure. Kaya merong 210 na in-interview at kinlassify yung mga naging result dito sa ating contingency table. So, ang gagamitin natin na alpha is 0.05. So, we will set up the null hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between jogging and blood pressure. So, kung mapapansin nyo, iba na yung ating null hypothesis. Wala na yung mga mu equals to or mu less than, mu greater than. Kasi nga, this is non-parametric. Hindi natin kailangan yung mga values na yan. Hindi na rin natin i-identify kung one-tailed or two-tailed kasi nga non-parametric. Ma-identify lang natin yun kung merong ganitong mga symbols sa ating hypothesis. Ayusin lang natin tong table para magkaroon ng space for the expected. So, lahat ng ating entries ay yan yung ating observed. So, kukuhanin natin yung expected. So, sabihin natin na ang expected, tapos i-name natin 34. That it means that this is the expected value for 34. We have the row total. Ang ibig sabihin ng row total ay yung kung nasaan yung cell na yon, yung total niya sa row na yon, which is 112, ay dapat daw i-multiply sa column total. So, dito sa 49. At i-divide natin siya sa grand total, which is 210. So, we have here 112 times 49. And then, diretso nating i-divide sa 210. I-round off ang sagot sa second decimal number, we have 26.13. Next, for E sub 57, ibig sabihin yung expected itong 57, we have the row total, that's 112, times the column total, 120, divided by the grand total, which is 210. Again, we can multiply this directly. Round off. Ay, hindi naman pala kailangang i-round off. This is exactly 64. Next, we have here E sub 21. Ito naman. Ang kanyang row total is 112 pa din, pero ang column total niya is 41. We have 21.87. Ginawa ko itong first row ng mga expected values. Now, I'll be pausing for 10 seconds. Do the expected value for this second row. After 10 seconds, i-reveal natin ang tamang sagot. You should arrive with these values. Yan. So, kung merong error, double check your solution dahil yan po ang ating mga expected values for each of the observed values. And then, ayusin lang natin yung contingency table kasi di ba recall na ang ating chi-square ay summation ng O minus E squared over E. So, ang bawat isang O at E, ima-minus natin. Tapos, pagka-minus, isa-square natin yung difference. Tapos, pagka-square, i-divide natin sa E. Masyadong mahaba yung process at hindi naman kaya dito sa mga small spaces na to. Kaya aayusin natin yung table na parang ganito. Pinagsama ko yung jogger at yung low. Ibig sabihin nun ay ito, yung jogger at yung low. That is 34 for observed. Kaya 34 yung nandito. And 26.13 yung ating expected. So, ganun ang ginawa ko sa lahat. Ima-minus natin. We have 34 minus 26.13. We have 7.87. Squaring that value, we have 61.9369. So dito, dahil nag-solve pa lang tayo, wala munang magra-round off sa second decimal number. Puro muna tayo third or fourth decimal number. And then that number, 61.9369, i-divide natin sa E. I-round off natin sa pang-apat. Meron tayong 3703. We will do the same with all the rows that you can see here. So, pwedeng i-pause mo muna to for 10 seconds. Gawin mo on your own. And then after 10 seconds, i-reveal natin ang tamang sagot. You should arrive with these values. Kung mapapansin nyo, magkapareho ito. I mean, in terms of numbers, of course, ito din, magkaparehong 7, magkaparehong 0.87, nagkakatalo lang sila sa sign. Isa positive, isa negative. So, nagkataon lang. Tapos, afterwards, after getting all the entries here, we have to take the sum of this last column. At pag inad natin tong lahat, ito na yung ating 6.7933. Recall natin na ang chi-square ay kailangan lang ng summation nitong column na to. So meaning, our chi-square value is 6.79. Ayan, kung makikita nyo, last step na to, kaya pwede na tayong mag-round off sa second decimal number. So using 6.79 as your chi-square value, access the link that I put in the description para ma-direct kayo sa webpage ng p-value calculator for chi-square. Itatanong lang sa inyo ang chi-square value na 6.79 at degrees of freedom. O nga pala, hindi pa natin yon nasa-solve. So, ang DF natin is number of column. We have low, moderate, and high. That's 3 minus 1 times number of rows, jogger and non-jogger. So, 2 minus 1. So, 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So, ang DF natin ay 2. Tapos, ang x square value natin is 6.79. So, once you access that link, i-input nyo lang ang ating chi-square value na 6.79. I-input nyo din ang ating degrees of freedom at itong ating alpha. It should give you a p-value of 0.0346. And comparing that to 0.05, mas maliit itong ating p-value. So this null hypothesis, and we should say that there is a significant relationship between jogging and blood pressure. So that's it kung paano tayo gumamit ng chi-square test for independence. Thank you for watching. If you learned from this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell channel. In this video,
Okay. Chi-square test for independence. Ito ng next topic natin or next statistic na pwede nyo matutunan. No? So, comment lang doon sa activity natin. No? So, bakit yung iba gumagamit ng C-test? C-test number 1. Sino gumamit ng C-test number 1? Narinig niyo ako? Hello?
Yes po, sir.
Oh, yung C-test. Kailan ba ginagamit ng C-test bago tayo magpunta rito sa chi-square? Kailan ba ginagamit ng C-test? Saka kailan ginagamit C-test? So, recalling number 1's problem, I think ang respondents doon or ang sample size is 15, di ba?
Yes po.
So, anong dapat gamitin sa number 1? Activity.
T-test po.
t-test po.
Oo, t-test. Kasi, although para sila ng formula, but you must observe that kapag less than 50, less than 30, t-test ginagamit natin. And 30 pataas, you're using t-test, C-test, C-test, So, there are some, kumbaga, sa ganong activity, you must be accurate in specifying what kind of statistics you're going to use. So next time, especially in the quiz, sa quiz kasi natin, pagsasamahin ko yung chi-square tsaka yung t-test tsaka c-test, Kaya, tinuloy ko muna sa chi-square dito, Siguro by next week na yan, Okay? So, let's go to this. So, automatically, ang number 2 ay gumagamit ng c-test, Kasi, more than 30 ang sample size na lang. And then in presenting the hypothesis, pwedeng gamitin yung more gumamit na maraming gumamit na not equal. Pwede ring less than the mean, Okay? So, okay. In chi-square test for independence, the same procedure lang ang ginagamit. So, iba lang is statistic na, kumbaga, yung pinaka-method that is using chi-square. Ang difference ng chi-square sa C-test saka t-test ay kahit wala kang mean. Kasi doon, sa C-test saka t-test, available yung sample mean saka yung population mean. So, in cases na wala yung mean ng population saka yung sample mean, pwede nyo gamitin ng chi-squared. You will only use the observed frequency, yung mga kung ano yung data ng hawak nyo, and then using the formula ng chi-square. Tingnan natin yung formula ng chi-square. Yan. You can perform chi-square for independence to determine significant relationship between variables under study. Ayan ang uses of chi-squared. Ito kasi gumagamit ng tables. Kailangan natin construct ng tables. Contingency table lang ang pwede natin gamitin. Ano? So next meeting, magkakaroon tayo mga example na katulad ng chi-square para mas maintindihan nyo po siya, and then some activities regarding this. Okay, the general formula, symbol for the chi-square, parang x squared lang siya. No? Actually, parang curled na x yung representation ng chi, and then 2 above this squared, so that is chi-squared. So this is the summation of O for observed value, meaning yung mga data pwede mo collect, and expected value, yung E, quantity squared over the expected value. Okay? So dito, nakita niyo yung pinost kong chi-square table dun sa ating group chat. Nakita niyo na?
Yes po.
Yan.
Yes po.
So that table will be used in finding the chi-square values table, tabular. Kasi compare the same procedure, i-compare natin yung chi-square computed sa chi-square tabular. So degree of freedom nakalagay doon. So dalawang level of significance na yung 0.05 at 0.01. Okay? Next to it. So remember the value, the formula. Tingnan natin kung paano kukunin yan. Kasi ang kailangan malaman dito, paano hanapin yung expected value. Okay? Ito. Expected value, the row total times the row column total, and then divided by the grand total. Remember this part. Ito, kailangan nating matandaan yan kasi in computation, gagamitin yan. Okay? So let's have an example. And after a study being conducted to determine whether there is a relationship between jogging and blood pressure, a random sample of 210 subjects is selected. Are they classified as shown in the contingency table? 0.05 level significance was used. So, tingnan natin kung may relationship yung jogging and blood pressure. Ito yung data. So, low, moderate, and high. So, jogger at non-jogger. So, meaning to say that is the blood pressure, low, moderate, and high. And then, sa non-jogger, ito yung number na. So, total of 210 subjects. So, mas maraming jogger sa non-jogger ng ilang jogger siya na. So, mga 14. Okay? Tingnan natin. So, walang problema kahit hindi equal yung groups ng respondents dito. Kasi ang kailangan nating hanapin yung O at E. Okay, first step, that is stating the null hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between blood pressure and jogging. That is the first step. Okay, so kahit wala na ikaw yung less than or greater than, so basta state mo lang null hypothesis mo, pwede na yan. Okay, tutuloy natin. So as you can see, nung inayos yung table natin, no? Tanda mo yung table dito, yung low, moderate to high. So tingnan natin. Kasi contingency table na eh. So meaning to say, kapag contingency table, he will use it sa computation na. Ito pa rin yung numbers. Ito yung observe. So meaning to say, there are 34 jogger na low ang blood pressure. There are 57 na moderate ang blood pressure. And then 21 na jogger ang may high blood pressure. Ano? So the same as the non-jogger, 15, 63, and 20 yung may high blood pressure. Ano? So kinuha yung sum, ito 34 plus 15, 49. And then this one, and then this one. So ganun pa rin total. Ano? Next step in the computation. So meron naman tayong null hypothesis stated na hindi siya equal or there's no significant difference. Sa kinuha yung expected ng Jagger 34. So nakita niyo pag inad yan, ito yung 112. Tapos ilan ang total niya doon sa ilalim ng low blood pressure of the Jagger non-Jagger 49. Kaya multiply yung dalawa, 112 times 49 divided by the grand total which is 210. That's why you have 26.3. Ano? Doon ang gagaling yan. So kaya may contingency table para mas madali at hindi tayo malito kung ano yung multiply natin. No? So as the same as in the so E57 dito na tayo, jogger with moderate blood pressure and 112 plus 120. Ito lang mawapalitan yung kayong multiplier na kung ano yung total nung so moderate. Then divided by 210 will become, so magkakaroon kayo ng value na and 64, ano? The same procedure will be used. So dito, 112 divided by 41. Yes. Hindi, 112 times 41 divided by 210, ano? Sorry for that. And that will be 21.87. Okay, meron tayong nakompleto natin yung part na yun. So next is the next part naman ng non-jagger, no? Ayan. So yan, nakompleto na rin. Using the same procedure, dito kasi, so kung ito, 98 ito, times 49,
Values for
and then
each of the
divided
observed
by,
values. And then,
I think, 98 times 49 divided by 210 equals 22.87. Dito naman, 98 divided by 120, 98 times 120 divided by 210. Okay? So, kaya na-complete yung table. Okay? So, applying it in the formula, kailangan mo ngayong ilagay ulit sa table. So, tingnan yung difference. Kung walang difference, 34, 15, 57, 63, 21, 20. Tingnan natin dun sa kabila. Yan. Nakalist lahat yung observe. And then, with their corresponding expected value, no? Ito, nilagay lang dito. Table form again para madali natin ma-compute kasi ang next step is finding the difference between the observed and then the expected. Ayan, difference yan. So, this part is getting the square, ni-square yung difference. And then, last part is divided by the expected value. Ano? Ito pa rin balik dito sa 26.13, ano? Divided by. So, mangyayari, 2.37. That is value ng one of the components in i-add natin paano ko natin yung chi-square value. Ano? Then, the same procedure. Yan. kailangan nating column ay itong nasa dulong column class. Kasi that calls for the formula of chi-square. Kasi summation of the value of O minus E quantity square divided by E, yung summation, meaning to say, i-add mo na itong column na to, yun na yung value ng chi-square mo. Okay, so going back, looking at the degree of freedom, 3 times 1 times 2 times 2 minus 1 is 2 times 1, that is degree of freedom 2. In the X table is 6. Tingnan na natin. Ano sa table yung ano? Alas 9 na. Pero, tapusin lang natin to. Madali na lang. Tingnan dun sa table na binigay ko. Yung degree of freedom 2 is at 0.05, 5.992, ano? Then, ang computed chi-square natin is 6.79. That is the p-value. Kinompute ang p-value. Yung p-value is subukan yung computein yung ano. Kaya natin. Teka lang. Saan ba yun? So, 5.992 divided by 6.79. Divided by 2. Okay. So, kasi ang ginawa niya dito, class, dalawang paraan ng pag-interpret ng value eh. Oops, sorry. So, ginamit niya dito yung p-value ng computation. Ano? So, whereas we can also use the difference between the chi-square table, ano mas mataas na value, yung chi-square na na-compute natin, at saka yung chi-square value sa table, 5.992. Mas mataas ito. So, meaning to say, nasa region of rejection ng ating sa ating normal distribution, kaya ni-reject niya, no? Ito kasing p-value is, I will show you the computation next meeting, ano? Is pang paraan para pag-interpret. Pero, we can also interpret this using 6.79 saka yung 5.992, ano? Para masabing rejected na null hypothesis natin. Therefore, there is a significant relationship between jogging blood pressure. Remember that our null hypothesis, there is no significant. Nire-reject yan, AX mo yan. So that's why there is a significant relationship. Ano? Okay, so since time na class, ano, I'll be giving more discussion and then another example for this. Ano? Wala mo na tayong quiz for this one. Ano? Okay? Para ano, medyo bitin yung oras natin eh. Okay? So reserve niyo yung mga tanong nyo next meeting, ano, for this one. So, but ang gusto lang ma-remember nyo rito on how you'll be manipulating or yung paano simplify yung ating paggawa ng contingency table para masunod yung computation. Last part kasi interpretation na lang, ano? Okay? Any more additional inquiries or other things to add, class, aside from the lesson na kailangan pang discuss? Meron pa? Meron kayo
Wala
mga...
na po.
Wala na po.
Sige. Okay, sige. 9:04 na pala. Okay, sige class. Thank you. Sige, next meeting na lang ulit tayo. Wala nang flag ceremony naman. Okay, thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Anong calculus next meeting